Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of What the Fuck Were They Thinking? So, I don't know how many episodes I'll be running, but you can be sure that so long as people insist on having what the fuck moments, I'll have fresh content coming out to question, critique, and otherwise mock the shit out of them. Either way, on with the fuckery. Now, you might remember a little ad campaign that Bud Light ran last year, resulting in a flurry of feminist fuckery, courtesy primarily of the one, the only, Lacey Green. If you've forgotten, here's a little snippet to jog your memory.
I'm over here trying to survive my shock about Bud Light's terrible slogan they released last week. Bud Light, the perfect beer for removing no from your vocabulary for the night.
So I'm not going to play the entire video, as this episode isn't about that particular outpouring of bullshit, but suffice it to say that a mountain was made out of the proverbial molehill because Lacey Green and her feminist followers equated the slogan with an open endorsement of date rape.
Weird, you know that slogan kind of sounds like Bud Light is totally down with date rape.
Yeah, not gonna dive down that rabbit hole right now, as it's old news, it'd take too damn long to get through, and it's already been done by YouTubers far more qualified than myself. If you would like to hear that particular view taken apart by someone with a relatively even keel and a rather lovely British accent, TLD released a video on that very episode of MTV's Braless, and the link will be in the description. I should also note that, to ensure that credit goes where credit is due, the link to Lacey Green's video will also be included in the description, and you can watch it and draw your own conclusions. The reason I bring this up, though, is to draw a parallel between that Bud Light label and the latest Facebook post by the razor company Schick. Now, Schick's been in the shaving game for a long time. Like, a really long time. Their founder, U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Jacob Schick, began designing new shaving technology in an effort to create the world's first dry shave razor that could work without water or lather. This initial endeavor was a bust, until, spoiler alert, he totally made it work in 1927, but he did go on to create a totally new form of safety razor in 21, and from that initial success, the magazine-repeating razor company, renamed the Schick Safety Razor Company by its new owners, Eversharp Inc., was born. So yeah, Schick's razors have been around for almost a full century now, so they've got their blade game nailed down. What they seem to have missed, however, is the feminist insanity that's been gripping the Western world for the last, couple of decades, especially with the last few years in which mainstream feminism has been redlining their insane rhetoric and false statistics in order to craft their rape culture narrative. You see, Schick just came out with this post about their new Hydro 5 razor line, which has moisture strips infused with, you guessed it, vitamin D. For those of you who missed the caption on the little inlaid version of the photo, see what happens when you try to do things all fancy like? Sheesh, everyone's a critic. Here's the post, full size for your convenience. It reads, "Don't give Summer the shaft, give her the vitamin D." Now, if I put on a feminist goggle here, for, just a second, would calling them feminist beer goggles in light of Bud Light's date rape campaign be too forced? Dear God, I'm totally going to hell for that one. Anyway, I can clearly see at least two ways that some feminists somewhere could talk Schick into a rape culture / patriarchy corner. Number one, the obvious route. Now, I may be just a simple Canadian snake, but hey bud, even I know enough about all that marketing stuff to know you don't just talk about giving her the shaft and the D when there's those dang pesky feminists around, eh? No, seriously though, this is either a supreme level of internet ignorance, or potentially one of the best corporate shitposts of recent history. The second you talk about giving her the vitamin D, you know that there's going to be someone going on about it in some rape culture post, whinging on about sexualizing women through the male gaze or some fuckwit nonsense. I should say though, if this is just a massive corporate shitposting moment, well fucking done, and a tip of the old figurative fedora to Schick's social media manager. Either way, on to number 2. Did you notice how they remove almost any ambiguity about the subject of the photo by personifying summer? The photo's caption is given in capital letters, so you can't see if they're making it a proper name. But by saying, give her the vitamin D, it removes any room to bob and weave away from those pesky feminist dames looking to derail the post with their rhetoric. There's simply no way out of a fight when you've put a slim woman with bright red lips and a Photoshop necklace around her neck that says summer as your background image. But come on, Schick, have you learned nothing from the feminist overthrow of the mainstream media these last couple of years? Now, maybe I'm reading this all wrong. Maybe, just maybe, as I said, Schick is going full shitlord in their social media marketing. Maybe this image was a well-calculated move to rattle the collective feminist cage and generate some buzz through the old "the only bad press is no press" approach. If so, and if this is just being Schick throwing 2 very well-chosen fingers up at the feminist frenzy that is social media these days, then they have my support. As awesome as that would be, however, I can't help but think that someone just dropped this image without really considering the potential ramifications, and while that displays a certain we give no fucks attitude that I can definitely respect, it would also mean that they were pretty damned out of touch with the current goings-on, and that would just be disappointing for a major brand's social media page. No matter how you slice it, get it? Razor slice? Fuck it. No matter how you slice it, this post is bound to turn some heads, or at least roll some eyes. Either way, what I want to know is, what's your take? Where do you stand on the ad? Is it a wonderful example of corporate shitposting, an ignorant accident, or a blatantly misogynistic, rape apologist example of how the mainstream media endorses the sexual assault and oppression of the of women? That's it. The sexual oppression of women by the bourgeois. The men. That's it. Oppression by men. Sure. Let's go with that. Well, here we are at the end of another video, and, well, no better off for the experience. If you managed to make it this far, I'd invite you to check out the rest of the videos on my channel, organized into topic-based playlists to make your viewing that much easier if you have a particular preference. If you've enjoyed this video, or even if you didn't, I'd encourage you to leave an up or down vote along with a comment regarding what it is you liked or disliked about the video. I'm always appreciative of constructive criticism. Oh, and if you just want to troll and shitpost, totally cool as well. And finally, in the really off chance that you'd like to be notified whenever I come out with new videos, click on that big old red subscribe button in the low bar. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.